All right, so I'm gonna show you a roll up, which is really good for the spine, all the muscles of the back, and it even gets into the craniosacral fluid system and kind of bathes the nerve endings with fresh craniosacral fluid. So it's really good for a lot of different things. Just a reminder that if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you would not do this because you don't want to have the forward flexion of the spine. So for those two things, you would actually just come up with a flat back. You wouldn't do the roll up at all. But if that's not a consideration, you bring the feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart, hinge from the hips, and you can stay in your forward fold for as long as it feels good. You're not trying to touch your toes, you're not trying to touch the floor. The knees are soft enough so that we're not straining the hamstrings or the low back, but you can stay here and just allow gravity and your body weight to create a nice stretch through the backs of the legs and through the spine. And then when you're ready to roll up, you start by releasing the arms, bending the knees a little more, draw the belly button up and in, and then roll slowly to standing. Each vertebrae is stacking on top of the one underneath it. The head comes up last, chin stays on the chest until you're all the way up. And then as you get to the top, it feels really good to lift the shoulders and roll them up and back a few times. And you could do that whole sequence a few times if you wanted, lifting up out of the low back, forward folding down, get that nice hamstring stretch, maybe add a flat back to engage the belly and back muscles. You can also, if you like, add a sway here. So the sway, you just take the body from side to side and you keep that sway as you roll up. It just gets into slightly different muscles, slightly different tissues, and just helps open that stretch up a little bit more. It doesn't engage the cerebrospinal fluid quite as much because you don't have that pressure coming straight up, but it can feel really good even into the hips and just all areas of the back.